Hey YouTube, this is Shara. Doing a quick short video today. It may not be quick, it may be quick, whatever. But I wanted to talk to you guys because I am on the computer right now making new plans to open up a new salon here in Houston, Texas in the Galleria area. What I want you guys to know is basically if you guys are new hairstylists, old hairstylists, hairstylists who've been in salons all your life and want to branch out into your own thing, there is so much to know, like a whole lot to know. I'm doing this video because I've made a lot of mistakes and I would like to share those mistakes with you guys so that you guys will not run into the same issues. Mistake number one, I'm from Seattle, Washington, as you guys know, and I expected for the buildings down in Houston, Texas to be kind of the same setup as Seattle. In Seattle, when you lease a space from someone, their building has to be up to code. You cannot lease out a space if your lights don't work, if your plumbing needs to be done. They will shut your entire building down. Here in Houston, Texas, they will lease you a cardboard box on the side of the freeway by bums. Nothing working, and right as is on your contract. To me, it's unethical, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about the law and what is allowed here in other states as well. You don't even have to be in Houston, Texas, but definitely figure out what the laws are where you're at so that you don't have to run into raggedy issues as I did. My salon owner waited till we invested all our money into the property, and I'm not going to tell you how much, but when I tell you it was everything, it was everything. So we invest this money into the property, tearing down a coffee shop, doing an entire build out for a salon, and his lights weren't even set up to be turned on with the city. So basically his building is not up to code, but he's leasing out the property. We waited to the last moment because basically when you're doing a build out, you're already spending money. So you don't want to turn on your electricity and things until the last minute, so you don't have to pay for that stuff. At least I didn't. I thought I was being smart and cheap by doing that. We go to turn on the lights. This property hasn't been turned on in 9 years. The landlord told us, oh, there was a business here a couple years ago, just gassing us, And so basically I had to come out of like thousands of dollars getting his building put up to code so that I can continue leasing the building and open up my salon because, at that point I had already invested my money. I'm not going to get up and go somewhere else and start all over. Let me just turn on these lights so I can get business going. And of course the landlord said, oh yeah, I'll give you credit. I work with you. This guy, he wanted his money and he wanted it on time and on the first. Do you hear me? Call me crazy, but sometimes you get into predicaments and situations where you just want to work. You don't have the energy. You don't have the time to be sitting up arguing with nobody. You just want to work. You want to get in and work and do your thing. And, when you don't know the laws and technically what your rights are when you're leasing out spaces, you find yourself doing things and making little adjustments with your landlord, only at the end of the day for your landlord to sit up and tell you, you did that for your business. I mean, it's not on paper. It's not on record. I'm not crediting you for nothing. And that was my case. I'm leasing from a slumlord. Do you hear me? Basically, so that was my mistake number one. His lights didn't work. When we did an assessment of the property, I'm sitting here going off of faith system. I wouldn't think to do anything harmful or shady to someone because that's not my personality. Other people will shade, trio behind, and not care, going about their business, sipping tea. I just wanted you guys to know that because nobody told me. I go into situations in my life thinking people are going to treat me the way I treat them. People are going to give me the courtesies that I give them. And I got skin like a cat. You understand me? And I see a lot of people now who are fresh out of beauty school, coming out of these Paul Mitchells, coming out of these beauty schools saying, I want to own a salon. I want to own a salon, and it's like most of us salon owners, I've been in the industry for 14 years now. I've owned a salon over 10 years. It's cool to own a salon, but there's so much more that comes along with it. There's so much responsibility. I mean, I promise to God, some days I look up and I say, I wish I can go pay somebody $200 a week and work in somebody else's salon, because you don't have to buy paper towels. You don't have to deal with attitudes. And that's another subject we can touch on, people, because us is, I'm going to go out and put it out there, African Americans, Hispanic, white, anybody. When you're working in someone's salon, you don't give them the courtesies that you expect for people to give you if you are in a manager's position. We tend to come into salons saying, oh, I'm paying them $150, $175 a week, and this better be done, this better be done, this better be cute. Nobody's help cleaning up. Nobody's helping to get tea, ice, and water for the clientele. Nobody's putting in what they're expecting to get out of the situation. That is something that we really, 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 really need to work on. And I've been in the same position. I've worked in people's salons, and now that I look back on it, extra childish. Do you hear me? Extra childish. Like, your booth rent, girls and boys, is not scratching the surface, okay? I need you guys to know that that little bit of booth rent is only a piece of the light bill, is only a piece of the water bill, is only a piece of the advertising. It doesn't touch anything, okay? Yes, it does help, but that booth rent is not going into the salon owner's pockets. If you want a nice situation where your clients come in, they get offered tea, water, soda, that stuff is majority of the times coming out of the salon owner's pockets, okay? We have rent, we have insurance. If you're running a decent business, mind you, rent, insurance, light, water, cable, advertising, cards, products, everything is being taken care of. Tissue in the bathroom. I mean, internet for your clients. I know in my salon, I provide those things for my clientele, because I want my clientele to understand that I appreciate them and I'm doing everything that I can to keep them as a client. So your booth rent, been gone. And it's not to bash anybody's situation or anything, but I have been there. I've been in a situation where I'm working in somebody else's salon, and you just got 1,000,001 complaints. Why ain't there no tissue in the bathroom? When I promise you, I didn't even go into the stock room to go get the toilet tissue to put it on the roll. You know what I mean? We need to come into the situation with a better attitude, and I'm speaking about myself, honestly. Don't feel like I'm just here talking to you stylists like crazy just because I'm an owner. I've been a booth renter, and I was dead flat line, out of line. You understand me? Walking in there with all kind of, oh, they should do this, they should do that. If they should do this and they should do that, communicate with your salon owner, talk to them on a one-on-one grown basis and say, hey, what do you think about this concept? Or what do you think about that concept? Is it okay if I bring this to the salon? Don't go into salons with an attitude of, I better get clients out of here. They need to give me clients. They need to do this and provide this and that for me. You want to go into a salon atmosphere where you can add to the environment, where you can add positivity to the environment, where you can add just teamwork to the environment, because I honestly truly feel like we all know what we want and expect out of salons that we want to work in. In order to get there, it takes a team. It's like the old saying, they say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a solid team to run a bad salon. And I mean, I've been to a lot of salons that have the potential to really be that bad salon, but it really takes a team. One person, the owner, cannot take care of everything. And majority of the time, the owner got a clientele through this roof. You understand me? That's how they got to the point where they can get a salon. They got clients, they built their money up, they opened up their salon, and we're honestly looking for people that we can help grow, help get to that level to where we're all driving Mercedes, we're all driving Benzes. I mean, I'm just speaking for me. Nobody in my salon I don't want to see you guys do worse. You know what I mean? I want to see you guys rise to the occasion, rise to greatness. And most salon owners do, but you can't get there pointing the finger. There's 3 coming back this way, I think. Should be like that, I guess. I don't know. But you definitely want to create a salon atmosphere to where you know, everybody's happy. And it's going to take us coming out of our own, you know, beliefs and our own ways to understand all that it takes to run a successful business. And, you know, aside of that, okay, we've got the building, the raggedy buildings. Beware of those raggedy buildings. Beware of your laws, your rights, because these people will lease you a building that is falling apart and expect that rent on the first of every month. Okay. Teamwork, you definitely need that, you know, to run a successful salon. And, you know, make sure that if you're gonna go that route, parking, visibility, all that stuff's important, because the worst thing you want to do is just go look at a space, oh, I love it, decorate it, and then get all the things punching you in the face after you've invested your money that, you know, are setbacks, you know. And go talk to other salon owners too, a whole bunch of them, not just one. Go talk to a whole bunch so that you can get those different perspectives, so that you can understand if you really, 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 truly want to open a salon. And if you do, I think that's great. You know, there's nothing like a whole bunch of